My name is Jose Angeles, and this is my um, essay for History of the Blues. So, the blues is a genre of music that is rich in history and a foundational inspiration for artists who created and continue to create songs enjoyed by vast numbers of people globally. This style is deeply rooted in African American culture, more specifically, stemming from the enslaved and oppressed peoples of the southern United States both during and after slavery. While this genre most definitely addresses the plights and hardships faced by black communities, it also reflects universal experiences like personal issues, love, loss, and loneliness. Blues singers were unafraid of displaying emotions and channeling those feelings through their art, while simultaneously illustrating their realities. Music is a medium that can express profound emotional messages, complex socio-political issues, or simply motivate someone to dance to the rhythms and melodies. The blues can convey all three within the same song, while maintaining its enjoyability through a simple yet captivating 12-bar structure. Although not strictly adherent to it, classic blues songs typically follow a 1 to 4 to 5 chord progression. Prominent examples of artists that use this style were Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, Elmore James, and B.B. King. It is important to note that, like any art form, inevitable changes in styles or preferences will spawn new branches or subgenres that maintain familiar elements but separate themselves distinctly. The origins of the blues can be traced back to the states in the Deep South surrounding the Mississippi Delta region. Following the defeat of the Confederacy and the abolishment of slavery, Southern states that felt slighted by the war chose to enact legislation that maintained control of recently freed African Americans. This legislation only replaced chattel slavery with a new legal form of oppression, informally known as black codes and Jim Crow laws. These laws restricted personal and economic freedoms of black Americans by limiting them to low-wage labor jobs or sharecropping schemes that bound them to wealthy landowners. Simply leaving was not an option for many, and so they continued to endure discriminatory people and practices well after the Reconstruction era. From this hardship, many black artists began to take inspiration from their hostile environments and positive sources like their religious and social communities. Delta blues artist Robert Johnson was highly influential and regarded as one of the central pioneers of blues and modern music. He was a talented musician that composed his own songs, played the guitar, and sang his own lyrics. Although his career was short-lived, his music touched many. Notable artists such as Muddy Waters, Elmore James, Eric Clapton, and the Rolling Stones derived inspiration from his unique style, which incorporated new guitar sounds. Through the use of guitar, these artists were able to develop the rock and roll genre of music. The switch from acoustic to electric guitar paved the way to a rougher, more energetic sound. Although some white artists were credited for popularizing the rock and roll genre, there were several artists that revolutionized this movement that were not given the same level of recognition. Among these artists were Bo Diddley, Fats Domino, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry. Their style of music incorporated traits of the blues, such as the use of powerful vocals, and used a new form of expression during performances. Little Richard, for example, was known to host flamboyant performances through his fashion choices and controversial lyrics. These choices in expression were significant not only within their community, but also to others outside of it. Unfortunately, this led to white artists such as Elvis Presley to take credit for the achievement of black artists. Blues had such a strong impact on the music genre that modern artists chose to revert to the principles the blues created for rock and roll. The Rolling Stones, for example, chose a raw and emotional approach to their lyrics and instrumentals. This mirrored the sound of classic blues songs that spoke of trials and tribulations faced universally. Thank you.